Welcome guys to our group call for the 16th of March. Hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I know we've had a bit of a crazy couple of weeks of trading with the markets all over the place. We'll look at that in a moment, and we'll also look at some of the updates to the system that we're going to be working with for the week ahead. So one of those updates is going to be the SI strategy. So the SI strategy we're going to be using in our game plan this week. So we're going to look at some optimizations on that, as well as the actual templates that we have set up. And talking about the game plan, this is what it's going to look like. So our game plan document has been updated. Everything has been updated to actually, have all those details on them. All right, so let's have a look at our signal chart. Well, so I was just looking at this a few minutes ago while I was preparing for this call. Absolutely powerful signals that we have seen from this. I don't know who's been watching this since the beginning of the session, but when I started loading it, I think our price was right up here. So at the beginning of the video, I think the price was over here. We had a few bounce offs our Fibonacci levels, and a brief coloring change for the bars over there to gold, which means the sellers briefly took control, but our support and resistance definitely held up over there, came up the Fibonacci level again. We at the point now where the price has dropped below these breakout volume markers and the 61.85 minute Fibonacci. So some really cool levels there in play. And our breakout markers have been absolutely fantastic, especially this one over here, which was our last breakout marker. So when you're looking at this chart, it's important to look at the breakout volume markers, and especially the last one that has positioned itself. So you can always see which one was the last one by where it starts. So you can see this specific one over here. It starts on this bar over here. So that's where the line starts. The previous one is the red one. The previous one was the white one. So what happened as the price was moving over here, this white one positioned and then this red one positioned. So if you were in a long trade, which you would not likely have been in, but a bounce off this band of ours over here and a red marker being left behind, that was a beautiful, beautiful signal to go short. And then the price briefly came back up to take out stops, which is what the banks do, take out stops, and then came back down again. And yeah, we had a lot more resistance around this level with a few more arrows pointing in that direction. And then ultimately the price went up, the bar turned green, another breakout marker was left behind, and then, fought all the way through up until this next fib. So really not too much resistance between where this marker was left behind and the next fib. And there we just had our arrow, you see, to show us a possible change in direction, which often is very, very accurate. So this arrow presented, and we've already had, the price go up 30 ticks from that value. So with this chart too, we've got our shadow trading indicator. So our shadow trading indicator, if you leave that on each tick, which the template is, that arrow is going to point or is going to paint the moment that bar closes. And also you're going to see real-time coloring of the bars during the bar's progress. So out of all of these indicators on the signal chart, it's only the shadow trading indicator that really is more beneficial, for that pinpoint accuracy to have on each tick. You can still have it on bar close. It'll just mean that, this arrow will appear a bar later, and the bar coloring will only change when the specific bar has closed. So that's the only difference with on each tick and on bar close is the arrow just takes one extra bar to paint, whereas on each tick it'll show the instant that bar closes and doesn't repaint. So once the arrow plots, it's never going to repaint itself. Great. So again, I've got the game plan chat in the Discord channel over here. Let me just see. It's just the chat that we always use. Let me just bring it up over here. It's under group calls. So in the Discord channel for members under group calls, there's the chat over there. So if you want to ask any questions while we're busy going through what we're going through, that's awesome. So yeah, coming back to this, our arrow over there, there's the breakout markers, so resistance over there. So these breakout markers are also going to form support and resistance levels for price. So, watch how they interact with price, watch how the breakout markers reposition themselves. And I'm sure you guys are also enjoying the cleaner look of this chart. So as you can see, I've made the numbers slightly smaller. So these are the tick values. So as you can see, this one's 164 and 15. So that's when this marker was left behind. That's how many ticks the price has moved since that marker was left behind. So that is how that works. And it's a lot neater. You'll see the manipulation value is on top. So it's definitely a much more tradable, chart to actually work with. Just 1 second. I just want to type a quick message to somebody. Okay. All right. There we go. So that is that. And I just want to bring up my other thing over here. So you see how those markers are forming amazing support levels, or resistance levels, should I say, for price, because the price is going up and they're being resisted at these levels. The bars are gold, which means the sellers are in control. So, it's such a beautiful setup, this, to be able to do some scalping trades or even longer term trades. Extremely powerful chart. I take it and run. I haven't updated this. So what I can do down the track is also update the, the sizing of this text on the right, but also a beautiful, clear chart to work with. Of course, we've got a few of the others over there. That is just our advanced retracement, trend analysis. So trend analysis too, this is a little bit busier for some people. They might not be crazy about this, but it's drawing a lot of these pennant lines. A lot of these trend lines are being drawn across all different levels, and you'll notice how they also come into effect beautifully. And with bar coloring, of course, you've got all your volume analysis at the bottom over here, which we covered on a previous call. So beautiful charts. There's our flat baseline, guaranteed price levels. There's our trending baseline for guaranteed price levels. So you can see how the price has been trending down. And then a few others. So, I hope you guys are finding these charts very useful. I know you are, so that's awesome. Okay, so let's have a look at our group results for the week that's just passed. So thanks for continually sharing in this chat over here. It's very beneficial, to be accountable for what you're doing, and also just shows your commitment to the community here. And we obviously have losing results, we have winning results. So there's no, I don't expect people to only post winning results, obviously, so it's definitely a combination of both. And sometimes it can look very red, which is, doesn't look the greatest if somebody's jumping in for the first time, but that's all part of our, transparency over here, right? Excuse me. All right, so that's awesome. So thank you for posting in there. All you guys communicating, which is really good. And doing what I was doing during the week is I was actually doing some manual scalping. So I was watching the automated strategy. I was watching the automated strategies, in play. And while the strategy wasn't in a position, I basically had, just entered some manual scalping trades as we went along. So like this was something that I did on the day. And this was a very quick scalping situation. So I picked up a very, very strong signal from the signal chart. I looked at the strategy chart, and I saw it was a really good opportunity to go short. So I did that, entered basically all these trades at 10:11, and they exited like a minute later. So that was crazy, very fast. Going on, here's another one where I did the same thing. You know, entered some long positions on the ES, also looking at the signal chart. So the strategy wasn't in positions at that time, so I basically just entered manual positions, put my stop where I believed it was, you know, suitable for a signal reversal, and then that ultimately went and hit its target. So really great opportunities for scalping while we are watching the strategies actually in play. And then also just taking some screenshots of the signal chart while the, you know, the price was moving, just to show, you know, different levels. So yeah, it's quite a awesome tool that we have over here to work with. And again, there's been a lot of contribution in here, so thank you for that. And that's all been put in nicely. And what else do we have? Some negative results there for the templates that were run. NinjaTrader, yeah, we're having some issues with that. But this is very encouraging to watch. So taken and run trading. So this is one of the signal charts that we use, the taken and run signal chart. So I see Bruce entered some manual positions in there between doing chores around the house, which is pretty cool. Very, very powerful signal. I see he's obviously squashed the chart to show the entries, but generally he would be watching this in a much you know, more expanded way. So, but still really, really great results to be able to trade these signal charts. Some nice results over there. And continuing on, show me the money. So there we go. Another one over here with taking actual trades based on what the signal chart is telling you. So that worked out beautifully for you. So well done. So it's so good to be able to manually trade these signal charts. I mean, they fairly, you know, they're fairly complex to understand initially, but you know, once you've actually got into the habit of working with them, you know, they become very, very profitable. And yes, I'm also sharing over here from another member using a few extra tools in the system. I think you also have, by these white dots over here, I see you have the trend following indicator active. You might want to just adjust the trend following indicator to be on range bars, and then it will show you know, the wave a lot better. But good to see that too with some manual trading. You know, it's so helpful seeing the coloring of the bars. So I know this is on minute bars, you know, which we don't normally use. But, you know, even on minute bars or on any bar type, we're going to have very powerful signals generated from the indicators. Not only the arrows that they're presenting, but also the coloring of the bars. So they really help with, you know, determining direction, reversals, and so on. So there's more over here. So all good. Very, very nice. Very nice. So thank you for that. Game plan results. Let's have a look what happened there. So a bit of a crazy week with the game plan. We had a huge volatility week. But those results were posted in there. Some not so good results. We had a few decent days on the MNQ micros contracts, which we did. But still, like, you know, it was still a little bit inconsistent, which is not what we want to be seeing. So hopefully this week with the game plan, we're going to be doing a different approach. Not a different approach. We're just varying the approach. I mean, at the end of the day, we've got multiple strategies. So it's about using the right strategy for the right market conditions. Hey, while we were looking at that, look at our signal chart. The price came all the way back down to our previous breakout volume marker and had some, you know, breakages off there. So even when you're watching a chart like this, okay, in real time, and you're seeing the price touch a level like this, and you are seeing arrows over here, there's a very, very, very strong chance the price is going to bounce off there. And even if you're just targeting 20 ticks from entering on that entering limit orders on that breakout volume markers, you still got a 20-20, you can have a 20 tick stop, because that'll be below the, 20 below the breakout volume marker. And then you can target above. So even for scalping, there's so many opportunities over here to enter the market. Okay, so let's jump to our, I've got our game plan already loaded. So if I go to my workspace and I go to game plan for the trading week ahead, this is what it looks like for the week ahead. So our game plan document, as I said, has been updated. I'm not going to go through the full setup of the game plan document. But what I have done this week is I've actually documented over here very clearly what we are doing this week. So we're going to be trading micros this week, just because, we've got such crazy volatility in the market, and we want to be able to just take a step back from the minis. We don't want to experience, larger losing days. So, we want to just take a step back and just wait for some normality to return to the market, but in saying that, still want to have positions in the market. So we've got multiple charts over here. There's 8 strategies in all, and they're all going to be micros, and 4 of them are going to be trading from 1 a.m. to 8:05 a.m., and another 4 of them are going to trade from 9:35 to 11. So they're not going to overlap each other. They're basically going to be trading alongside each other, one trading the AM session or the evening session basically in the US, and then the other one trading, just after market open. So, and they're also only entering one position. So they are strategies. The strategy that we're using is only entering one position. And what this does is, through the optimization process that we did, what the strategy is doing is it's telling us what is the one signal in the trading session that has got the highest probability of success, and it's entering that position. So it's only entering one trade per trading day. So if we look at the charts, all the setup is here. So, once you've understood this and read this, and you can go set this all up, it's all in play over there. But let's have a look, for example, at this one over here. So this is a MNQ 1010. This strategy trades between 1 a.m. and 8 a.m. ends at 8:05 a.m. So that's the actual trading times of this. You can see it's got the buttons over there. It tells you the stop ticks and the target ticks. So if we look at the strategy performance of this, and we go real time and historical, you will see that we've only got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th of March. So we've only got a few days on this chart. Now, if you look at the data series, you'll see that, we've only loaded the few days, but this strategy has been optimized since the 16th of February. So if you look at the template name, it says template 1, DTB bars 1010, 16th of February to today. So if you had to go over here and you had to change this to the 16th of February, like this, then what that will do is it will load up all that data from that specific date, and we'll give that a moment to do that. It's actually going to be a lot of data. That's why it's going to take a bit long to load. Just give that a moment. So the idea with not loading too much data on the trading chart, we don't want to overwhelm NinjaTrader, because obviously when we're loading up a strategy and we're loading up multiple days, especially with a small bar size, we actually have a lot of data that NinjaTrader has to compute. So when we're running the strategy in real time, we don't want to have charts with major excessive amounts of data running in the background. But, for individuals who want to actually check the historical performance of the strategy based on the time it was optimized, then you can surely do this. And I also mentioned this inside the I also mentioned this inside the game plan document. So I said there, strategy was optimized from 16th of February till today, but we only have 9th of March to today loaded to reduce the overload on NinjaTrader. So you can load less days even and change the data, or change the data to start the 16th of February to see the full history. So the cool thing about this too is even if you load 2 days of data or 3 days of data or 1 day of data, it's going to show you the previous history of that day. So you don't have to specifically load custom days on this strategy. It's a really, really highly fine-tuned strategy to handle the orders and trade history accurately. So, that's the cool thing we can do. I do want to wait for this to load though, so we can just look at this. Probably chose the wrong chart to do this with. I've actually got the NQ one over here next to it, which is a 50-25. Actually, we might do it with that chart over there. So I'm just going to go back to this one, and I'm going to go back to just the same thing. 9th of March up until today. Okay. And on this chart over here, I'm going to load the extra days. So we'll go over here to the 16th of February up until today. And that should take quicker to load. What will also make it probably a lot faster to load is if you disable the strategy first. So if you disable the strategy first before loading the data, it will load the data faster, and then you just activate the strategy. So that's probably a better approach. Okay. All right. Just give us another moment. Yeah, ultimately, it's a better idea to disable the strategy first, and then load up the historical data, and then just reactivate it again. I did this earlier, so it's not like it shouldn't take that long to actually process. Okay, so while that's loading, we might as well look at the rest of the template. So you'll see over there we've got, I'll just expand this slightly. Okay, so that's our MNQ template for the 1 to 8, and then we've got the 9:35 till 11. That's the historical results for the last few days on that. So remember, they're all it's one trade per day. So what it's basically doing is it's entering one trade in the session. And it's actually quite a smart idea because, immediately when you enter one position, and it's either going to exit at the target ticks or stop ticks, which have been they've been very far extended beyond the price. So the idea behind this is to let it trade mostly up until session close. So what will happen is it'll enter a position during the session, and then it will either hit a stop or target, which are very far away. It will also respect the strategy trading drawdown that we've set in place, and it will exit at the time of the end of the session, which is 11:05 or 8:05 a.m. depending on the template. So we've got MNQ, we've got MES, we've got MYM. So we've got a few different strategies in here. Some are obviously not going to be producing as many as strong favorable results as the others, but if they can still make $100-200 for the week, what a pleasure that'll be. And the cool thing about these strategies too is they can all be run on one account. So it's not having a lot of drawdown. There's not having a lot of risk on the strategy because it's only entering one micro contract. So, I think this is going to be such a powerful approach, especially for those who want to gradually increase their trading accounts without exposing themselves to too much risk. This is what I believe will be the answer to that. So we've got an MGC also. So that's one of the others. 1 to 8, and then also the 9:35 till 11. Okay, and then I've also at the end put in the game plan screenshots. So there's a screenshot over here, which is the first tab. So you'll see the first tab has been selected on all the charts. And the second screenshot is the second tab. So we're basically running 4 charts with a duplicate tab in each. And the first tab is running 1 to 8, and the second tab is running 9:35 to 11. So, you know, down the track, I'm going to convert the strategy to also use multiple time slots within it. So in that way, you can actually have, you know, 2, 3, 4, even up to 6 sessions within a trading day that each is respecting its own, you know, stops and targets and so forth. So, you know, that is something that we could do. So theoretically, I could have, you know, if we had that strategy, you know, the same as our other continuous strategies, we could have both of these strategies working within one instead of having 2 separate ones. So that's what, you know, I'll look at, you know, once we've just run this for a bit. This one over here is, you know, NinjaTrader is like decided, you know what, let's just stuff around. So I'm going to just deactivate the strategy like this. Okay. Now I should be able to go in here. Should be able to is the key thing. I'm going to refresh this by F5. Okay, I'm going to go back to the data series. We've got this. Okay, it should do fine. So I'm going to have to go and reload historical data. Never took this long before. So I think NinjaTrader knows I'm on a live call, and it just decides, hey, let's throw a spanner in the works. Okay, come on. Yeah, so that's definitely deactivated. This should load. I mean, come on, it's not that hard, really, to load up data. Surely it's not that hard. Okay, maybe let's go. Let's try go a week at a time backwards. You know, let's see if that is more manageable for the system. Okay, so I've only loaded the 9th of March, which is exactly what we had before. So when I reload this, it should load instantaneously because we chose the 9th of March initially. And what I might also do is go and deactivate the other MNQ, which is this one over here. So both of the strategies on this are deactivated. Okay, so now they're both deactivated, so there should not be an issue over here at all with the data. 9th of March up until today. And 9th of March up until today. Reload historical data. Great. If I could reach through this thing and rip out its guts, sometimes I feel like doing that. You know what I mean? Okay, so I wonder what I should do here to speed this up. So one of the things I can do is I can probably close and restart. Don't particularly want to do that. I don't know why it has to be such a pain, but anyway, we'll let that go. Let's see on another one. So maybe we'll try MGC, or let's try one of the other instruments. MES, maybe let's go MES. Okay, so MES is a 1010. As you can see, there's much less data within the MES, right? So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to go to strategies, and we'll first look at the strategy performance. So I'm going to go strategy performance, real time and historical. You'll see that it's showing the values over there. Okay, so those are the last 5 days of trading. So it will be in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the strategy and I'm going to deactivate the strategy like this. Okay. Then I'm going to go to the data series and I'm going to choose the specific range of price that we are in. 16th of February up until today. Okay. Control. Yeah, we're definitely still connected to data, so it's not that. So let's just see if this actually plays along with us. It's funny, when I was doing optimizations last night and I was adjusting the dates, it did not take long at all to load. So it might just be, who knows? Who knows? It's a bit like a fruit salad sometimes, what we are going to ultimately expect from the data and the charts. Okay, so while that's actually thinking, while that's thinking, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to bring up the strategy settings. And I might do that on the MNQ chart because that is the one that they're still all loading. You bastard. Okay, so strategies and SI strategy. So we're going to go into the settings of the strategy now. I'm going to show you what has been updated. So while that is all still thinking, we're going to look at the chief updates to the SI strategy. Okay, so what we're going to look at, we've still got the setting A and B, so they are in there. The max trades are all in there. So obviously on this strategy, we've got 1 at the moment on the game plan. We've got our include trade history, so we can untick that for faster optimization. So that's one of the things that we added to the strategy. So it helps that the optimization is running a lot faster. Our trading hours are as normal. Trading days are as normal. Stop ticks and target ticks. So these are values that you put in. And what's going to happen is, these on the game plan template have been extended quite a far way out. So I've got 1,000 ticks as a target and I've got 600 ticks as a stop on most of the templates within the game plan. So what this actually does is it's checking the upper bands limits of NinjaTrader or of the CME, and it's checking those values first before submitting the stop ticks and target ticks. So it should fall within those values. And and that will basically be in place. But what will happen yet over here now is we've got our daily stops and targets, which are all in here. So daily strategy, target, and stop. We've got our trailing drawdown. So you'll see on the strategy templates that we have, we've actually got our trailing drawdown set up. And I think I've got most of them set at either 600 or 400. I think maybe one was even $200. So what will happen is as soon as the trailing drawdown value that you've selected in here comes into play or it's activated, what will happen is the stop and target ticks will move from the 600 and 1,000. They will reposition themselves to within 25 ticks of the price. So instead of the strategy submitting extra orders as a like extra exit orders like strategy daily profit target or strategy daily stop or strategy trading drawdown, it's not going to enter extra orders. It's going to rather use the existing stop ticks and target ticks, and it's going to reposition those to within the price. So, this specific section over here is very important because, you got to make sure that whatever stops and targets, whatever bar size you are using, make sure that it is in here. So if you're using a 10-10 bar as an example, make sure that you have this as a 10 value because it's going to recalculate on every bar close. So if you've got it as if you've got this as 25 on a 10-10 bar, you will never hit the stop and target because it's always going to be 25 ticks away. So I've put this in place so that the stops and targets reposition themselves instead of additional orders. Because sometimes what happens is when the NinjaTrader order management system, when it's handling positions, if you've got stop ticks on the same bar as the exit for daily profit target or daily stop loss, there could be an overfill. So what will happen is NinjaTrader will say, hey, we've hit our stop ticks, but we've also hit our daily profit target. So it's going to enter the stop, it's going to close the position for the stop ticks, but it's also going to close the position for the daily profit target. But then we've got an overfill, which is going to leave unprotected orders in the market, which I'd noticed happened last week. So as a huge benefit and a way to basically dumb down the system so that it works with the NinjaTrader order management process, we've basically not introduced additional orders to exit the strategy. We are rather using existing orders that are already in place and just positioning them closer to price so that the price can just touch either the stop ticks or the target ticks and then exit those positions. So this setting over here is going to take out the daily stops and targets, the blackout period, and the trading hours. So those are the ones that are going to be, in fact, look at this thing. It's still stuffing around. Okay, so what I'm going to do, very simple. I'm going to close NinjaTrader. Okay, ungoddamn believable. I'm going to just go yes. I'm going to reopen this. Okay. I didn't rerun the script because I'm hoping that the data will just automatically connect, which will be hopeful. So let's see if that is the case, and we're going to do this over here. Okay, so sometimes you just need to restart NinjaTrader. That's basically what we have to do. So I'm going to try this over here again. I'm going to try load the 16th of February. Up until today. Okay, let's just see if this works like it's supposed to work. Of course, we've had a lot of market activity. Like we've had, so there, it loaded. So why? Can you explain to me in layman's terms why that works now when I did it like this, but it didn't work before? Like I wish somebody would come and explain that to me. Okay, strategies. So we over there, we're going to reactivate the strategy. Apply and okay. So there's the strategy over there. So if I go to strategy performance and I go real time and historical, you will see that we look at the analysis. So these are all the trades that the strategy has entered since the date that we optimized. So if we go back to the template on over here, which is the MNQ, and we're looking specifically at the 50-25, you'll see that the last days, and it's a bit hard to read on here, I might try and expand it a little bit. You'll see that this shows the last day. So 159, 209, 359, minus 302, 498. So that's what we've done on this chart, is we've only loaded the last few trading days so that, obviously we try not to overwhelm NinjaTrader. But this is the historical results of that strategy, of those strategy settings on every single day. And as you can see, it's only entering one position on a trading day. It's only had 2 losing days of that. So that is what you can do on this chart. You can see we've loaded all those details. But what you can also do over here is you can go data series and you can go days, and you can go and load 2. I think 2s might be a bit short because it's a weekend. And unfortunately, this thing works on calendar days, not trading days. It'll make so much sense if it works on trading days, but yeah, it's another stupid thing that obviously all these platforms have done. So if we go strategy performance and we go real time and historical, you will see it's only got the one trade under analysis, And if we go back over here, you will see it's just a 1 day. So it's got the last trading day. If we go an extra day on here, so this specific one, if I go 3 days like this, and this is the only strategy that you can do this with, by the way. So I'm trying to make them all comply like this. But at the moment, this strategy is the one that has been set up to be able to deal with calendar days and all trading days. So there we go. We've got two historical days, 159, 209. So you see it matches. So whatever period you load on your chart, it's actually going to be able to work with that. So that is one of the cool things about this strategy is you don't have to load multiple days. You can just load the last 3 days, 2 days, even 1 day during the trading week, and it will still act on those signals. Okay, so that is basically what I wanted to show you guys. Apologies for the 5-minute delay waiting for data to load in an infinite loop. I bet you if I waited a year, it still wouldn't have loaded. Okay, so let's go to new strategy analyzer. So let's have a look at this. And we're going to quickly just run through one optimization because this is going to help you guys just to work with your own optimizations. This is also really, really, really good for the Jumpstart members who can, work with optimizations. So we're going to choose the SI strategy over here. Okay, stop jumping. We're going to select optimization. And we're going to start with the template that we loaded. So let's work with the template 2 MNQ, which is the 50-25, 935 till 11 with the 600 drawdown. Okay, so we're going to load this up. And immediately what you will see is it's got setting A and setting B. So 2 to 10, 2 to 58. And we've only got one trade over here. So you'll see there's one trade. So we'll start off with the 1, and then I'm going to show you how we can develop and extend this as we go further. Okay, so we've got the 210. So the benefit too of this is you can load up this template as it is, and all you have to do to make the strategy run faster is untick the include trade performance history. So this just makes the strategy run a lot faster. So selecting that, we've got our trading hours over there. We've got our trading days. We've got our stop ticks and target ticks. We've got our strategy trading drawdown value in there. Everything else can be left as is. Our instrument, obviously we're looking at MNQ. Unfortunately, when you load a template, it doesn't save the historical, what we specifically chose in there. Another thing I wish they would, not do. We've got our dates over there. So we can go back and choose that specific, Jesus. We can go select this specific thing. So why is this doing this to me, man? Today and February 16th. Okay, so we got those dates and we can run this. So I'm going to run this optimization. You'll see it's 513 iterations. It's got to just process those bars. So once it's loaded those bars and has the full back end history of those bars, it's going to run that optimization. Okay, so that's starting to run. Okay, so there we go. So there's our, so that's basically what we have in our game plan. So this is what I did for, this is exactly what I did for the game plan. Now I loaded this, I thought, oh, this looks awesome. So I'm going to use this template. Now, obviously, if you go to analysis, it's not going to show you any history because we've unticked that box for show history. Okay, we've unticked this box for show history. Now, you can go and activate the strategy chartless and have it unticked. So you don't have to have the trade history. You never have to have the trade history checked for the strategy to actually enter positions. it's just not going to record each individual position individually and show you, you know, the start of the trade to the end of the trade. It's just going to show you like the, you know, in real time, the actual results of those positions. So that's what I basically did over there. So like that was one position. So you'll see I've got one over there and I've got one over there. But what if you want to enter two trades instead? So you say, you know what, I like this situation, but instead of one trade, I'm going to enter two trades. So what that means is obviously instead of 50 cents a tick, it's going to be $1 a tick because it's going to have two entries. So we've got the same, you know, you might decide, you know, I want to stick with a $600 trailing drawdown. I don't want to lose more than $600 at any stage. Okay. I still want to keep my stop ticks and target ticks. I mean, if you look at this, if you look at the stop ticks, that's 600. That means it'll be $600, right? You could adjust this to even, you know, to even 500 as an example. And what will happen is if the stop hits the 500, it will exit at 500. So you won't even hit the $600 drawdown because your stop ticks will kick in before. So we're going to run this again. Okay. I'm going to run this again. Okay, now this one is showing, okay, this is 7,400 with a 505 drawdown. So obviously much, much higher results. The drawdown is still showing pretty decent. Okay, so that's pretty impressive. So we can look at this template and go, you know, template, save, and we can look at this one over here and say, well, this is the one we just ran over here, which is the 50-25. Okay, but this one is for two entries. So two entries. And take away the DTB TT00 because obviously that's going to be overwritten. And then you could just say whatever you want to call it, my option. Okay, you can go save. Okay, so you've done that. Now you can go onto your trading chart, which we'll do over here. And again, you know, this is if you want to go run your own template. So this is, you go run your own templates. You might say, you know, workspace, save as game plan trading week, my option, which is what we did last week. Remember, we created this template, and you might say, you know what, I don't feel like running MES, I don't feel like running MYM, I don't feel like running MGC, I just want to run, I don't feel like running the 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. I only want to run this time period over here. I only want to run 9:35 to 11. Okay, so we go over here, you go workspace, and you save. Because now you've adjusted it to your own values, and you go to your strategies and you go and deactivate the strategy by clicking the enable button. Then you go template, load, and then you find that one that you just selected, which is template 2, my option. Okay, you load that. Now, if you just activate the strategy, it's not going to show you the historical results. So now that you've got you know, your optimization done, it's run much quicker. Now you can come back into the settings and click on this box to say, hey, now I want to see my trade history. So show me the trade history, which is similar to this one over here. Yeah. Okay, so activate that. Okay, we've got those days. So again, you know, we've only got the last 3 trading days. So we might I might just deactivate this again. As you can see, I gotta do this a different way. And let's hope and pray that NinjaTrader plays along with us over here. So we're gonna custom range this. We're gonna go 16th of February up until today. Oh, instantaneous. This is surprise, surprise. Okay, go to the strategies. We're going to go over here. We're going to load up the strategy. Enable, apply, and OK. There we've got our full history. Okay, so now we can obviously look back on the chart by pushing the page up, and we can see, okay, well, these are the trades. So what you can see happen over there is it entered it entered 2 trades. So that was our last trading day. So it entered 2 trades. You can see that the stop went down by 400 ticks. It didn't go up. It didn't go down as far. That was the previous day where it had those trades over there. And notice how you see at the end of the trade, it says profit target or stop loss. So even though this is a profitable trade, it says stop loss, and that is because the target ticks and stop ticks reposition themselves to within, 20 ticks of the price or 25 ticks of the price. So, and it hit one of those. It hit the stop on that occasion. But anyway, looking at the strategy performance, and we go real time and historical, we can look at this and we can see the strategy only entered 32 trades between these 2 periods. Okay. And that is what the strategy did over that entire period of time. So as you can see, we don't have, we've got our target ticks, which is 1,000. Okay, now we've got 1,000 ticks there as the target, and we've got 600 ticks as the stop. And as you can see, those are the ones, or what do we have? 300 as the stop, but those are basically the trades that it entered. So looking at this, you'll see the entry time, the exit time, and you'll see every single time it entered a position, it basically entered 2 positions. So 1, 1, 1, 1, because it's basically entering 2 trades at the moment, you see? And those are the signals that entered on those specific days. And yeah, so it's entered 2 trades per day, and those are the results. So basically opening up the stops and targets and letting it, and all of these didn't even, if you look at the end trading times, there's 11:07, 11:07. So at 11:05, it's going to automatically reposition the stops and the targets, and then they will be hit. So that will happen. So at 11:05, the stops and targets are going to move within 25 ticks of price, and one of them is going to be hit. Same, and then 10:04, you can see those were obviously just profit targets hitting the actual target ticks that was set up. So those were all target ticks. When you see $500, then you know there's each trade was $500, and because that's what we've got in the strategy, right? We've actually got target ticks over there. So 500 and 500 is the result. So that's what this does. So it's a very simple strategy in the sense that it's only entering very, very few positions, but it's letting those positions actually run. And that's the key with this. We actually want those positions to run. And that's what it looks like. So you can see how, historically it's entering positions between those values, and it's hitting the trailing drawdown value. So as you can see over here, the price went down. It went all the way down over here. Okay. So if you take this to this, you got this value here. But what happened is from here to here is 600 ticks. Okay. So 600 ticks is exactly what our trading drawdown is. So if we look at this, if we look at our strategy and we look at our trailing drawdown, you'll see it's got strategy trading drawdown $600. So as soon as the price retraces 600 ticks against a position, it's going to exit that position. And that's what happened over there. You see? Down, and then it retraced 600, boom, exit. Now, obviously, if you go into the strategies and you adjust, again, this is best done with optimizations, right? You don't want to just go and play around with these values. But if you went into your strategy settings and said, you know what, I want to look at my, where's my daily targets now? If I want to look at $1,000 trading drawdown, okay, again, we haven't optimized this, but I'm just going to show you what this actually looks like. Now you'll see, look, this did not trail. You see, it didn't trail by 1,000 ticks. So it didn't hit the trailing drawdown, you see, and then it hit its profit target. But that didn't actually change the results much, you see, because You know, we obviously haven't optimized it, but you know, generally, look, they still see there was a stop loss over there, but look at the time 10:31. So if we look at this, you will see that that trailed by that 1,000 ticks. You see, that's why that exited over there. So obviously going into the strategy analyzer, you can go and adjust these values. So that's why it's good to play around with this and say, you know what, I'm prepared for whatever drawdown. So if you want to use $1,000 as an example on this, all you have to do is go and run that strategy analyzer with that updated value, click on run, and then we'll see what that produces. Okay, so a question on the group thing. So we're using DTB bars. So DTB bars is a custom bar type used by that I created. It is basically it's basically using Renko foundations, I would say, guessing foundational values of Renko, which is exact bar sizes. And it's a bit more refined too. So that's what we're using over here. So there we go. The results weren't that much different, you see, using the 1,000. So, but you know, that could be a few different things in value that we've done there. But like that there, I wouldn't use that. The setting that we had was actually perfect. Okay, so basically going back over here, we go strategies, and we go back to the chart, apply, template, load. We're choosing back to that option that we just created, load, and we're only going to be going now for that $600 trading drawdown. So we know that on any single day, we cannot have more than that loss on our trading account. And as you can see, I activated the strategy, and it only shows the position and the stop, position and stop. So it's not plotting the trades, which again, you know, look, there's the down, there's the profit target. So if you look at the strategy performance now, you're still going to see the trades on here. Okay, you're still going to see all the trades listed, but it's not going to physically plot on the trading chart. So, you know, you'll still see them over there. Okay, and this obviously is going to use less system resources, which is pretty cool. Now, what you can also do, which is very, very awesome, is you can go and copy the strategy, and you can go paste strategy, right? And you can go over here, because now you've basically chosen the same strategy, right? Now, all you got to go do is edit the strategy, and inside the settings, you have to go and choose the bar size. So all you're doing over here is you're going into the DTB bars, and you're choosing your 50-25. You don't have to load 5 days. You can just load like 3 days over here. And then you can say, you know what, I want this to run on another chart. And then you go, okay, okay. So basically what's happening now is you've got one chart, one strategy running on a chart, and another strategy running chartless. And you can do this for multiple accounts. So if you've got 10 trading accounts, you could run the same strategy on multiple accounts just by going to copy strategy and paste strategy, and then going into the settings over here like this. Edit. Where the hell is edit? And then you go in here, you say, hey, you know, I want to run this on my other, I mean, most of you guys have got a lot of different Apex accounts, but this is where you can go in and you can choose you know, which account you want to run it on. So the only thing that you need to adjust is obviously the DTB bars, because I don't know why NinjaTrader does not copy. I selected copy strategy. I didn't say change it to minute bars, but you know, that's what it's done. So all you do is change the thing over here, the bar size, and then choose the account you want to run it on. Okay, and you click on OK, and then you activate the strategy. So now these two strategies are going to be running chartless, and this one's going to be running on the chart. Now you don't have to run any on a trading chart. You could close the strategy completely and just run all of these strategies chartless if you wanted to. So that's the other option to also do with this. And this is because you've got the automatic start within the strategy settings. So you can run this on multiple accounts. So I mean, this could be an approach that you guys could be using for running a strategy on multiple different accounts. And as you can see, the setup is very, very quick and simple. So there's your 50, there's your 25. You can just load 3 days on there, or 2 days, or 1 day. And then choose your trading account over here, which is, I think we did 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go, okay. And then you enable the strategy. So that's how these strategies can trade in the background without even being on a trading chart. I don't think this is going to make any difference whatsoever, but if you go into the strategy settings, you can go and say include trade history. But you're not even seeing them on the trading chart anyway. I mean, you're not seeing them on the trading chart, so you don't have to do that. So when you click on these like this, and you click on strategy performance, real time and historical, you should still see those trades. Now that's obviously only the last 2 days, right? Because it's showing the last 2 days of history. And as you saw before, the more days you load, like if I go into this one strategy over here, if I go into any one of these strategies and I just go edit strategy and I say, hey, show me the last, where are you now? Show me the last 20 days. Okay, and then you go, okay, enable, and then you can right click, strategy performance, real time and historical, and then that's obviously going to show you not the right one. What did I click on there? Did I click on the right thing? Let me just check, edit strategy. Did I click on the right button over here? I'm trying to check if I didn't mess something up. So MNQ, so that's the value over there. Why did that not change on there? So 15, I wonder if I needed to activate. I'll try that first without doing the trade history. Okay. Okay. Enable, right click. That's just very odd. I don't know why that's doing that. That does not make sense. It's only showing the last 2 days. I don't know if I need to refresh something. Maybe I need to disable this and edit the strategy. Okay, so I've got that in there. I've got all of that correct. Include trade history. I don't think that would be the required thing to do over there. I've got that. I've got that. I've got this. That is the bars. That is the days. Those are the things. So that should work. Just going to hover over this and just see what this looks like. What has changed over here? So I've got the, okay, so that's the start time, the end time, all of that is correct. Strategy performance, real time and historical, that's odd. I bet you if I restart NinjaTrader, it'll show the correct values. My God. Let me just try something here. Unbelievable. Okay. Run this quickly. Okay, so there's my strategies. I'm going to re-enable that one. So I'm going to just quickly check it again, just to look at the settings. So I've got that in there. Those are the things, including trade history. I'm loading up the days. Okay. I'm going to enable it. Right click, strategy performance, real time and historical. Oh my God. See, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. So I guess the lesson here is restart NinjaTrader often. If something doesn't look right, just restart it so that it can refresh. Anyway, so that's gonna show the historical performance of those trading days. So that's basically what we've done over there. We've just selected the last 15, and I selected 15 calendar days, which is not 15 trading days. It's another stuff up that I think should be rectified. When you load 15 days, it should be 15 trading days, not 15 calendar days, because we don't trade on calendar days, we trade on trading days. So as you can hear, I'm a bit irritated, guys. Sorry. Now you can know what I deal with when I'm programming these things, right? But that's what we've basically done over there. So the cool thing over here is we've run all of these strategies chartless, and you can have all different trading accounts which you're running on, and you can have all different strategies running. There obviously I haven't selected the right days, but yeah. So as you can see, that's what you basically do. That's if you want to run them chartless. But what a lot of people will do is they will rather prefer, hey, you know what, I want to run this on a chart because I don't want to I want to see what's going on. I actually want to see what is going on with this. So, I want to, monitor the specific trading chart. So then you got your, you can load up a chart like this. Again, that's a trending baseline. Look at that. I put the wrong details. So 50, 25. Like this, and we go to our strategy over here. We go to the SI strategy, and we go template, load, template to my option, load. We're going to go scroll right down. We're going to just leave it on 1. That's fine. Enable, apply, and OK. We didn't, hang on. We didn't activate that button, which is the trade history. So, once you got your template that you want to use for the week, you can click the box to include your trade history and then go save it again. So template, save, and then go to the my option one, save. Yes, you want to override it. Yeah. And that, apply. Okay, bada bing, bada boo. Okay, data series. We've only got those last few days. So obviously going into our strategy performance, real-time and historical analysis, we had those 2 trading day losses, right, on this template. Now remember, historically, we've obviously had a lot better results on that. So going into our data series, we can look again at your custom range from the 16th of February, which is over there, to there, apply and OK. And then that will update to the full results. Strategy performance, real-time and historical. And that will go to there. Okay, which obviously captures the last few days. So if you load 5 days, you're going to obviously see you're going to see 2 of those days as fading, but that's generally the history. Okay, guys, that was a lot we covered on this call. Let's go and kick ass this week with the game plan. Please try your own optimizations. I mean, you might decide to run an optimization. So, it's a good idea to work with the templates that we already have. So say, for example, you've gone and created a template over there now, right? So you've gone into your SI strategy 1. You've created a template, which is this one over here. And, you can say, what, I want to see what sort of results will be if I go from 11 a.m. So let's go from 11:15 a.m. and let's trade to 3 p.m. So you might want to say, okay, well, let's see what that does. And then 3 p.m. And then you can say, 3:05 p.m. is when we want to stop. And you know what? You only want to enter 1 trade in this one. Of course, you've got to select optimization, but you only want to select 1. You only want the strategy to enter 1 position, not 2 positions. Okay, and you might be doing this on NQ. I mean, you might decide to do this on NQ. In fact, let's have a look at NQ just for interest sakes. Okay, I hate it when this thing jumps. Okay, NQ, so there's your NQ, there's your DTB bars, and you can still choose your 50, 25. Of course, we've got our 2 to 10, 2 to 58, so that's all in there. We've got our trading hours in there. But hey, guess what? You know, $600 is not going to cut it anymore, right? So we're going to have to choose a much higher value over here. So you might say 3,000. Remember, NQ is going to be a whole different ball game, right? So if you haven't got a large enough account, then don't do this. Okay, so there's your stop ticks, your target ticks. There's your NQ. That's the trading days, 11th of March. I don't want to go 11th of March. I want to go from the 16th of February to the 16th of March. We're going to choose our one entry. So you can see just by adjusting a few little characteristics on the strategy, you can actually choose different values. So we're just going to go like this. I'm going to untick the trade history for this one. We've selected our NQ. We've done everything else. Click on run. And you will soon know if you've just done the A and B settings, there should only be 513 iterations. So if you're running it and you see there's like 5,000 iterations, obviously you've done something wrong, right? We'll just let this run for a moment. Shit, I'm sorry guys, this call is a lot longer than it normally should be. Some of you guys have probably jumped off and said, this guy's going crazy, man. He's talking too much. I'm going to come back later, which is fine. This is why we're recording them like this. And I'm going to be timestamping them so you can, return to this later. But we'll just run this one optimization. And we'll load it on a trading chart also. So while that's busy running, we can go to a trading chart over here and we can go strategies. I'm just going to disable the strategy on the MNQ like this. And I'm going to make this an NQ, which is just by the drop down value over here. Okay. Strategy analyzer. We'll wait for this guy to finish. It's busy downloading all that data. Again, when this is running like this, if you click over here, okay, you're screwed. You are screwed. It's like the NinjaTrader will crash. It'll crash and burn. It's game over. So whenever you're running optimizations, do not click on anything over here, especially when you see a round circle. Over here, though, if you want to see your settings while it's running, you can use your mouse wheel. Again, no clicking, just a mouse wheel to go up and down. So up and down, you can see, hey, let's see. Let me just make sure I got all the settings right. Yeah, okay, 210, blah, blah, blah. I've got my settings over here. I've got the signals. Okay, good. I've excluded the trade history. I've got my times. I've got my times right over here. You can even add your blackout periods. You can do all that. So, you can be checking things while your optimization is running. But don't click. You don't want to click. It's not good. Okay, so that's continuing. Okay, so now there's your result there. Okay, cool. So now you've got this. So you can go template and you can go save. And you can go to one of these ones over here, and you can say template 2, whatever. I'm going to choose now. This is NQ. This is 2 entries. It's the same bar size. Hey, but this one is from 11:15 to what did we choose again? I think it was 3:15, right? So 3:05 maybe 3:05 p.m. So try to be descriptive as you can over here on your things. Did we choose 6,000 or 5,000? Oh crap! And you can't even go review your settings. So you got to write this stuff down. I think we chose 6,000. If not, we can have a look at the settings over here. Oh, hang on. We chose 3,000. Okay, so then you go template, and you go load, and you go to your one over here. And you click on rename, And yeah, you can say, you can adjust this to, 3,000. So whatever you've done over there, that's it. Okay. Now you go into your trading chart and you go strategies, SI strategy, and you go template, load, and we're going to choose that one over there, load, and we're going to include the trade history, whatever trading account you're going to run it on, enable, apply, and okay. And then there is your trade history for this specific one. Again, we've only got one, or this is two trades, or one trade. This is one trade per day, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually one trade per day. So again, we've adjusted the we've adjusted the template incorrectly. So you can see there's the history: 5,000 minus 1,455, 700, 149. Obviously, that was a trading drawdown, and so on and so forth. So if that is not 100% right, so you can go back to your strategy settings, and this is just purely cosmetic, right? So you want to just make sure that your templates are called the right option. You could say this is a one entry, or you want to rename it. So rename, and you want to call this a 1. Done. Okay, so that's basically it, guys. Okay, so thank you guys for jumping on the call. I'm actually going to be away the next 2 weeks. So I'm traveling a bit. I don't want to say where and for how long exactly, because it's a surprise to some people. But I'm traveling, and we're not going to have a group call for the next 2 weeks in a row. So I'm still going to be taking my laptop with. I'm still going to be working on the game plan. I'm still going to be posting results. I'm only leaving at the end of this week on Saturday. So it's not like I'm still going to be around the whole week. But the next group call will not be on the Sunday, and the following one also will not be on the Sunday. And what we'll do is we will catch up on the week after that. But guys, I've given you some really cool homework to work with. Work with the SI strategy. You can play around with the stop ticks, the target ticks, and a few things. Obviously, if there's any specific alterations that need to be made, especially when it comes to the price banding of the instruments, I'm going to work on that. It all depends on the communication capabilities between NinjaTrader and the CME, which I have to see in real time. But we've actually got some really good homework for you guys to work with. You can run optimizations now. You can try different instruments. You can do different trading hours. I mean, there's so much that's available for you guys to work with. And of course, if you guys need machine IDs changed, or there's new member signups or whatever, I can actually do all of that still. So I'm not in the jungle, in other words. Okay, guys, have a fantastic week ahead. Let's continue posting our results, and let's continue working with this kick-ass system. And please don't forget to use the goddamn signal charts. I mean, they are absolutely powerful. So, keep working on them, because, they are producing absolutely phenomenal entry signals. We've got, absolutely powerful entries defined by these signals. So load them up and, see how you can go with some scalping. You don't have to chase large targets. You don't have to do even little scalping. You can, just choose whatever the signal charts are showing you, because they are extremely effective. I'm just going to load this one up very quickly, and then we'll see what this looks like just for interest sakes, and then we'll end the call over there. I have to charge you guys overtime for this extended call today. But looking at this, I mean, look, we've got our breakout marker. There's a white breakout marker left behind over there. Beautiful opportunities to go long. Look. It's clearly, and there's our previous, look at our previous breakout marker. So earlier on the call, we looked at this previous breakout marker. And remember I said, hey, just have a 20 tick stop. Look, the bastards, criminals would have taken you out. But hey, your second one would not have happened. Look, we had a beautiful run up. There's our signals. There's our brick walls. Our breakout volume markers. here we are resisting. There's the Fibonacci 61.8. I mean, we've got such incredible, powerful templates over here that takes trading to a completely new level, even if we're working off something that, you know, might not be, you know, playing ball all the time. You know, we can still enter amazing trades with these signals and go from there. Thank you guys, and chat soon. Keep well, and I continually look forward to seeing you guys' results. Cheers.